Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you my experience with the Miyoo A30. So the Miyoo A30 is the sibling of the Miyoo Mini and the Miyoo Mini Plus, and it's actually an excellent device according to my experience. So in short, when you look at this thing, it's really small. So it has a 2.8 inch screen, and it's extremely portable. So you can actually put it in your pocket and you will barely feel it that it's in your pocket because it's smaller than most smartphones. And it's a bit reminiscent of the old Nokia phones, but a little bit thinner. So it's actually quite small when you look at it. And that's why it's very, very portable. Now, if you look at the specifications, it has an all-winner A33 quad-core 1.2 gigahertz processor. It has half a gigabyte of RAM and 64 gigabytes built-in memory, and also extendable with an SD card. Now, in my case, I also ordered an SD card with this device. I paid around $38, if I remember correctly. But the SD card came in damaged, as far as I could tell. It would not load on the Miyoo A30, and my PC would also not read what's on it. So the seller was nice enough to refund half of the price of this device. So in the end, I paid less than $20 for this thing. So that is extremely cheap for what this device can do. And how it looks and how it feels, because when you look at it, it really is reminiscent of the 80s consoles. It has these stripes here at the bottom. You can also get this in the gold color, and that's really retro. But I preferred something more inconspicuous so they can game on it anywhere. Without being seen too much, without attracting too much attention. So I went with the black model, and I'm really happy with it. But it's really a retro console, as a retro console should be. Very pocketable, you can take it anywhere. So I'm really happy with it. So as I said, the SD card came in damaged as far as I could tell. And but anyway, I tried to save the data that was on the SD card. So what I did, I used two tools for that. So my computer was not able to read the SD card. I initially used, let me see what tool that I used. I think I used DM Disk Editor. That's a visual tool that allows you to view what's on the SD card without actually being able to navigate it via Windows Explorer. So that's a very, very useful tool, but it's a shareware tool. So if you really want to save all the data that's on the SD card, you would have to pay to actually unlock all those features, especially if you want to recursively save those files. I want to go down the folder structure. So instead of using that to save the data that's on the SD card, I use another tool that's called Test Disk. That's a non-GUI tool, so a tool that doesn't have a visual interface. You just have to type in a DOS prompt. And with that tool, I was able to save all the game files that were on the original SD card. It did take me several hours to do that. But in the end, I was actually able to recover the entire SD card, the original SD card, by also using Rufus to format the SD card and actually save it. So I'm really happy with that. So it did cost me some time, but in the end, I saved some dollars on this device because the seller refunded part of the payment that I made. So when you look at this device, at the gaming experience. So the gaming experience is actually really nice. It plays up to PlayStation 1, Dreamcast and Nintendo 64. Well, it's actually a really fun device. I primarily like to use it for Super Nintendo games because I grew up with playing Super Nintendo games, and this device is ideal to do that. Now, if you look actually at the controls, so the buttons and how it actually looks, the square size of it, it reminds me also a little bit of a Master System controller, so a Sega Master System controller, but also of a regular, of a classic Nintendo Entertainment System controller. It's about the same size, and it actually feels really good in the hand for its size. Now, if you compare it to other devices, like for example, last year Retroarch released a Retroarch Pocket Flip, and that was also a device that was relatively small with a big screen that you could just flip open and close it. It was a relatively thick device, and I used that device to take with me wherever I went, but it's not as pocketable as this one. This one is so pocketable, pocket friendly. If you put it in your pocket, you barely feel it, while if you take the Pocket Flip, it's quite thick, and I always tend to take it out of my pocket and put it in my jacket pocket, for example, because they have more room there. But you also always feel it swinging because it's also heavy. While this device is also really light, small, the screen is a bit indented, so it doesn't get scratches easily. So I'm actually really happy with this device. And so that's probably the biggest plus on this, the portability and the things that you can play on it. It also has Wi-Fi, so if you use RetroArch, you can sync up your achievements. So that's also a benefit with this device in comparison to other similar sized devices. They often don't have Wi-Fi abilities. Well, this one does. And what can I say for the rest? Well, it's just an excellent device, you know. I think the conclusion is that if you are on the fence and you're thinking of buying a tiny device, this one I would definitely recommend. It's a very good device. So that's all I wanted to say. So I'd say thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Please like this video, subscribe, and like it. I will see you next time. Bye bye.